Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am bringing to you a huge makeup haul in which I am going to try a lot of the new makeup that I have been seeing around, that I have been dying to put to the test. Everything I was interested in basically I purchased. I put it all in this box which is overflowing right now, but basically I placed a Sephora order, I placed an Ulta order, and I have in here a few makeup products that have been sent to me that are new that I'm excited about as well, and I cannot wait to share everything with you and try as much of it as I can today, and then whatever I can't try today I'll try in a future video. So if you're excited for today's video, give it a thumbs up and let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to pull things out of the box at random, starting with this, which I ordered from Ulta, and it is the new About Face setting powder. You guys know, or if you don't know, let me tell you, the About Face foundation was my favorite foundation of 2024. The best foundation I tried last year. I am obsessed with it. It's thin, medium coverage, radiant finish, buildable, just I love it, okay? And it's made me very interested in About Face as a brand in general, so I needed to try this new powder that they launched, and I got it in the pink shade, which I'm obsessed with pink powders. Here's what the actual container looks like. Very fancy if you ask me. And then once you open it, take a look right here at the components. Actually very cool looking. Beyond excited to try this translucent powder, and I'll definitely try it in today's video. I do have one more translucent powder to try, and I might just do like one under eye each just for the sake of trying both, and that is the new Kosas translucent powder, which is the Kosas Cloud Set translucent powder. This was sent to me in PR. I have the shades Buttery June Ultra Transparent here, which looks to be for tan to deep complexions would be my guess. And then I also have the Candy Rose Ultra Transparent one, which is the one I'm interested in trying in this container, which is a pink powder. So I'll be trying both of these today. I'm very excited actually about both of these. The About Face powder, by the way, retails for $21, and you get about 10 grams of product in here, and the Kosas one is humongous. This has 20 grams of product in here, and it retails for $38. Something else I ordered from Ulta Beauty that I can't wait to try is this right here, the new Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer from Estee Lauder. I got mine in shade 1N. That might be too light now that I see it. Here's what the actual component looks like, and this one retails for $38. I wasn't sure what shade to grab, and so I grabbed this one. We'll see. It looks a bit light for me, but hopefully it'll work. Maybe it's fine actually. I'm pretty pale right now, so I think I'll be able to make that work. Feels really nice, and it has this like almost powdery like matte finish. Hopefully it doesn't dry out my under eyes. I'll keep you posted on everything. Let's keep going with this haul. The third and last thing I got from Ulta Beauty, also from About Face, is the holographic eye paint in I'm a Star, and this was $18. Take a look at how incredible this holographic eye paint looks. I can't wait to put this on my eyeballs. Should we swatch? Let's swatch. Take a look right there, take a look. It looks purple on the camera, but to me, when I look at it like this, it looks green. So it's definitely a pretty shifty shade. I see gold and green, and then on the camera, it looks pink purple. I have a new sunscreen to try today. This one was sent to me in PR from Innisfree, and it is the Daily UV Defense Sunscreen SPF 36. I have heard good things about this one on the internets already, so I'm excited to try it, and it says it's got a glowy finish and non-white cast. I also have a new primer to try. I'm pretty excited about this one. This one is from One Size Beauty, and I feel like this is a very innovative product and one that was made for me as well, okay? Let me explain. It is the new One Size Beauty B12 Base Thinner. It is a vitamin pearl serum, and it is a serum mixing medium, so you can use this one as a primer, or you can mix it with foundations to make the foundations have more of a glowy finish, as I understand it, and to not have as much coverage. Like if you just want your foundation to be a bit more glowy and a bit more natural looking, a foundation that you're having trouble with, you can use this as a mixing medium, supposedly, and it'll help with all of those issues. You guys know my main issue with foundation in general is foundations that are too thick or too dry looking on me. So this serum mixing medium just seems like the perfect solution to that. I cannot wait to try this, okay? Cannot wait to try this and mix it with, like, for example, the new Anastasia foundation, which I tried semi-recently, which I can make work, but if it was glowier and more hydrating, it would be even better for me. And other products like that. Here's what the component looks like, and it says it has a boost of vitamin B12, antioxidant protection, beta-glucan and hyaluronic acid for plumping hydration, vegan crushed pearls for skin smoothing radiance, and it is non-comedogenic and dermatologist tested. This serum mixing medium transforms the coverage of any liquid foundation or cream formula and adds a boost of radiance with a shot of vitamin B12 for healthy, luminous finish derived from vegan crushed pearls. Mix desired amount with liquid foundation and cream formulas to customize the coverage and add radiance. So I guess it's not technically a primer, it's just a mixing medium. As I said, cannot wait to try it. Now, the reason I'm like a little bummed that I'm trying it today is that the thing I have it to try with, or maybe I could just make a separate experiment. The thing I bought to try in today's video anyways was this Super Boost Skin Tint from Makeup Forever. This I bought from Sephora and I got the shade 04. And this is, like I said, a tinted moisturizer type product, so this probably does not need thinning out. Here is what the bottle looks like, which pretty interesting looking, and I guess the dispensing method is this accordion looking thing. We'll see, we'll see. And also I'm curious about the coverage of this one, which is why I don't want to thin it out. I'll do separate experiments for my different products today, don't worry, because I want to try everything to the best of its ability. I want to know how much coverage this has independently of this, but I also want to try this with maybe a different foundation. Something else I bought from Sephora that I am so excited about, but also kind of nervous, is this new, and I bought it so you don't have to, okay? This was expensive. This new Westman Atelier Sun Tone Bronzing Drops. This is the Soleil Parfait number 2. The packaging is cute as can be. I love this very summery blue type color. Now the main thing with this for me is the smell. I hope it doesn't smell like the Skin Tint does, because if it does, I'm returning it, to be quite honest with you, because their Skin Tint stinks. So I really hope that this is a very different formula and that it doesn't have any smell at all. So far so good. Let me put some more on the back of my hand. That's a good amount. It doesn't smell like the Skin Tint. This smells good. This smells good. I'm so excited because their Skin Tint came in the same type of packaging, and so I was like, ooh, another liquid product from them. I don't know. But this is perfect. It actually smells very clean. Very excited to try it now that I know we're safe from it being super stinky. There's this brand called Fui maybe? They sent me a bunch of different blushes, and they have these blurry pudding pot blushes, and I think you can also use them on your lips. And since I don't have a new blush to try in today's video, we'll try one of these. I believe there's another formula in here. This one, there's also the glowy jelly pot, so we'll see. We'll see once we get there. YSL is expanding their Candy Glaze lip colors. Candy Glaze from YSL is my personal favorite formula of lipstick from YSL. It is juicy and balmy and glossy without being sticky all at the same time. So I'm always very excited to have more shades and try more shades of this line because I am obsessed with this formula. And so here are their 2 new ones. This one that's a bit more pink looking is shade 44, and then the more peach peachy orangey one. That one right there is shade 16. And I'll have to try both of these once we get to the lip portion of this video, because I love this formula. And these seem like two perfect colors to add to this collection. You might be wondering what we're going to do for eyes today, and I have a new palette to try that was sent to me in PR, just like these, by the way. These were sent to me in PR, and I was not going to purchase this product. I was tempted to purchase it, but I was not going to purchase it solely based on the fact that it has the most beautiful packaging I have ever seen. I resisted, but then it was sent to me in PR and I am elated. I could not be happier, because this is the most beautiful packaging I have ever seen from YSL. My camera is so not doing it justice. Let's put it like further away. We need it away from the light. Take a look all the way back here at the beautiful pastel faux leather front of this packaging. It goes from like a cotton pink to like a cotton blue color, and then the YSL logo at the front. I'm sorry I'm so far away, but it's the best way to show you because it's such a light, delicate color that the light is not letting you see it properly up here. It's so beautiful. I know the packaging should not be the thing that matters. We need to see the inside, which I'll show you in a second, but I was going to buy it just for the packaging because I think it's that beautiful. However, the color story inside is also kind of cute. We have a little burgundy, a little peach, a transition color, and a shimmer. Is it groundbreaking? Absolutely not, but hopefully the formula is good, and it is a color story that I tend to gravitate towards. So we'll try this one for the eyes. And I also got sent in their regular lipstick formula, I believe, shade 44, which, take a look right here, beautiful. I'm pretty sure I already own this shade, but the packaging, are you kidding me? So stunning, so stunning. Now that I've shown you everything we'll be working with today, let's go ahead and put it all on the face to see how it performs. Before I started filming, I moisturized my face, so the first thing I'm going to do today is try the new Innisfree sunscreen. Here is what the packaging of it looks like, and I told you prices of some things but not other things, so I'll try my best at telling you the prices of the other things as I go, the ones I forgot at the beginning. Actually super affordable, $18. It's already available at Sephora, and I'm going to apply it. As you can see, the white immediately disappears, and it is actually leaving a really beautiful glowy finish that is not oily, it's not sticky, it doesn't feel heavy. So far so good. I'm liking it. I totally forgot that part of my Sephora haul was the Givenchy Prisme Libre foundation, which I tried yesterday. I uploaded the video reviewing it yesterday. Spoiler alert, I'm obsessed with it, but I highly recommend that you go watch the video where I tried it. I did a 9-hour wear test, so you can see what it looks like on its own on my face. It's a new favorite, okay? I can tell you after wearing it once, this is a new favorite foundation. And this was part of the makeup haul. This one was $61, I believe. And since I have to try this, I'm going to do this on half of my face and then the Makeup Forever one on the other half, because I am dying to try this foundation thinner from One Size Beauty, and I already know that I love this on its own. This foundation thinner mixing product, by the way, $36 from One Size Beauty. Everything pretty much is already available. And let's see what this looks like. There we go, on the back of the hand. It's got this like iridescent, pearly pink shimmer to it. And the formula feels pretty thin. So I'm going to mix this with 1 pump of my new Givenchy foundation. And I'm going to just mix them together and apply it with the BK Beauty 115 brush, doing this side of my face. I think I might have put too much of that mixing medium on because the foundation is not having nearly as much coverage as it did when I tried it yesterday. But it is looking beautiful and glowy, and it is covering my redness a bit. So this is 1 pump mixed with the mixing medium. Hold on, I actually do like it. Did it cover all of my redness? No, because I did thin it out a bit, but you can always go back with like a teeny tiny bit more coverage right there to fully cover the redness. And it does feel weightless, like completely weightless on the face. And I like that it has that beautiful radiant finish to it. Wow. I'm over here truly feeling like I want to mix this with like every foundation in my collection. I'm very impressed with this product. I like it, and I feel like if you have a dry complexion like I do, this might just be a must-have for us, because we can technically make any foundation work for us if we just mix it with a little bit of this, can't we? So thrilled about this product. I do have this other foundation to try, which I'll put on this side of my face, and I believe the color of this one's a bit darker, so I might go over this side a bit with this one as well. But I wanted to show you what it looks like if you mix that mixing medium with something. In this case, I mixed it with this beautiful Givenchy reformulation that I tried yesterday, which again, I highly recommend you go watch that video because I'm obsessed, okay? It looks so good. To be completely honest with you, you'll probably hear me talk about this foundation a lot in the future because it's the best foundation I've tried in a very long time. Let's go ahead and try this Makeup Forever Super Boost. Here's what the tip of it looks like once you unscrew it. And it's supposed to go, okay, here we go, coming out now. So here is what it looks like. Nice and creamy, not too liquidy, and this is definitely a summer color for me, which is a good thing because summer is coming. So I'm going to try it on its own on this side of my face, and that way we can see the coverage it has. It did cover my redness quite a bit, but I don't think I would call it a medium coverage. It's definitely light buildable. I grabbed some more. Let me just go ahead and do my forehead. It does have a beautiful glowy finish to it. I grabbed some more on the brush, and I'm just going to tap it right over the redness to see if we can cover it some more. I think we were able to cover it a bit more, but again, it's not a medium coverage product. It's definitely light buildable. If you do a little bit of spot concealing underneath, this would work if you have discoloration like I do. I'm going to put a bit on this side of my face just so that my skin matches, because the Givenchy foundation is lighter in color. And so here is what it's looking like fully applied. Again, this side only has this Makeup Forever skin tint. A little stickier than I would prefer, but it's not bad at all. Not like the Hourglass skin tint sticky, nothing like that. But it's not fully like absorbing into my skin, I guess. It does have a bit of a tacky feel to it before I set it with any translucent powder. So far so good, but for this to become like an absolute favorite of mine, either my skin needs to calm down or I need something with a little bit more coverage, because you can totally still see my redness peeking through. Let's keep going with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. I'm going to try it on its own without a color corrector, because I know not everyone loves a color corrector like I do, and that way you can see the coverage of it without a color corrector underneath. Here's what the wand looks like. It's kind of like a petal type shape, and I'm just going to add some right here, some back here. And with this A506 brush from BK Beauty, I'm going to blend it and spread it. The color I got is definitely a bit too light for me. Not my best look, not my best look. I'm going to go over the edges with the foundation brush so that the colors fuse nicely into one another, because it's way too light for me. It definitely has a really decent amount of coverage. However, I can still see some gray peeking through my under eyes. So I would definitely prefer it with a color corrector underneath. That's just me. On this side, I'm going to use less because I underestimated the coverage of it for sure. And we blend once again with my foundation brush. Nothing added, I'm just making sure it blends nicely with my skin color. And so here's what the concealer is looking like, despite it not being my perfect shade for underneath the eyes. I think I did a good job blending it with the foundation. And like I said, I think I would prefer with a color corrector underneath, but it's not a huge deal. It does have a really decent amount of coverage to it. I also like that it has a natural finish to it and it feels pretty thin. On the skin, it's not a thick concealer, which on me, those tend to crease a lot. I'm going to give it a few minutes before I set it with translucent powder. But I think I like it, and I can see a concealer with this type of formula working pretty much on everyone from oily to very dry, because it doesn't feel super hydrating, but it's doing a good job underneath my eyes. Time to move on to this Westman Atelier liquid bronzer. I'm going to give it a little shake, and I'm going to, I guess, apply it on the back of my hand and grab it from there with a sponge. I'm just so relieved. Oh, that might have been a lot of product. I'm so relieved that this doesn't stink. I'm going to apply it with my Refra LCO2 brush and just work the product in and tap it wherever I want to be bronzed. Mixing and fusing it with my foundation. One thing that you'll always get with Westman Atelier, in my opinion, is a really natural looking product. I like the color I chose for myself. It's definitely giving me a good amount of color. And I like that it's not too warm, not too yellow. It's still giving bronzy but sculpted. And that's expected with a liquid product. It is blending really easily into my products that I had underneath. This looks really good. I like it. Bronzy but natural. And while I wouldn't suggest putting this straight on your face, you don't have to be super careful when applying it because it blends out very easily. I think putting it on the back of my hand and grabbing it from there, working it into the brush to then apply would probably be my preferred method of application for it. I don't see myself putting it straight on the face, but I also don't feel like you have to be super careful with it because it seems to spread out and blend out very easily. Time to powder the face, and on one side I'm going to use the new Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I dropped some right here on the cap. I have a little Kosas puff. I'm going to work it in to my puff. Dab the excess off on my palm, and then on this side of my face, which by the way, the concealer doesn't look creased. So on this side of the face, I'm going to do Kosas powder, just dabbing it on with the puff. And it looks like it has not a fully matte finish to it. It looks like it has, I don't want to call it radiant, but more of a natural satin-like finish to it, this powder. It's not fully matte. I can see like a pearlescent sheen to it. Let me set the forehead, half the forehead with it. And right here around my mouth. Take a look right there. It also has a pretty prominent pink hue to it. Some pink powders will give you the brightness, but they won't necessarily look super pink underneath the eye or on the face. This one is one of the more pigmented ones, I would say. Like, you can definitely see a bit of a pink hue to it once you apply it. And then on my other side, I'm very excited to try the About Face translucent powder, which I'll apply with this Lottie puff. This one has a mesh sifter, which is my favorite kind. And I don't want any mixing of the powder, so I'm going to dust it off on my other palm and then apply it on this side of my face. And this one does look a bit more like a matte finish powder. I immediately see it a bit more blurring than the Kosas one. And I would say pigmentation wise, this one has a similar amount of pink to the Kosas one. Like, you can definitely see a bit of a pink hue wherever you powder. And here's what both powders look like side by side, Kosas versus the About Face one. And you can see what I was saying about the sheen of the Kosas one. It's a bit more like of a satin pearl-like finish versus this one, the About Face one, is fully matte. I don't know which one I prefer. I'm used to matte. But I think the Kosas side also looks really good. Arguably, there's also barely a difference. But you guys know I want to give you as many details as I possibly can. I was looking at the blushes I showed you at the beginning of the video, and I don't think that the glowy jelly pot is a blush. This looks to me more like a lip product. It also has a very interesting texture to it. Like, see how I'm like pinching it, but it's not really digging a hole in there? It smells really good. I don't know how to use this product. Maybe like this. That feels right. And this looks really pretty on the lips and it feels really good. Let me know if anyone has heard of this brand. That's Intense. In my mind, I was going to wear this color because I thought it was like a peachy shade like this. But that looks straight up red. Oh my god, this has the most interesting texture. Let me see if my camera wants to show you. It's almost like spongy. Like a matte, blurry, spongy feeling product. That is not only intense, but also very beautiful. Found the boring shade. Here's what it looks like inside. I don't know what I should apply it with. Maybe with my finger? That looks pretty actually. I think I was a bit too conservative with it. Let's add more. And honestly, this finger application feels right. That is stunning. It blended beautifully. It is a bit blurring. They might be onto something with this formula, okay? I love this blush. This looks so good. Of course, everything I'm using in today's video is linked down below, and this will be linked down below in case you guys are interested. I honestly had zero expectations and I am in love. Time for eyeshadow. I'm going to get a blending brush in this shade up here because that taupey color looks like the perfect transition shade. This palette, by the way, is $125. I don't know if it's exclusively in this beautiful packaging or if they have it with their regular packaging as well. But again, it'll be linked down below. That is in fact a beautiful taupey transition-y type shade. So with my reference number 15, I'm just spreading it all throughout the crease. And one thing I'm immediately noticing about this YSL formula is I am getting no fallout at all whatsoever. No kick up from the pan or anything. Seems to be pretty creamy. With a reference number 1, I'm going to grab this peachier shade and I'm going to add it to the outer third of my eyelid and blend it into my taupey shade, back and forth incorporating it into the crease. That looks really pretty. With the same brush, I'm just going to do the same thing with this darker matte color. I'm going to add it to the outer third of my eyelid and underneath my lower lash line to further deepen this eye look. Honestly, I'm not usually a fan of like luxury brands. I mean, I am in the case of like Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath, but when it comes to brands like Dior and Chanel and I guess YSL up until this point, I was never a big fan of the formulas that they come up with for eyeshadow. However, I must admit this eyeshadow formula is fantastic. At least the mattes are. We'll see once we get to that shimmer shade, but the mattes seem to be performing wonderfully. Back with the darker shade once again, just blending underneath, blending on top. And then with my number 15 brush, I'm just going to make sure everything is smoked out nicely, even underneath the eye. Flat brush and the shimmery shade. And I'm going to add it onto my eyelid. That looks really pretty as well. Blending it with the mattes, just tapping it all throughout the eyelid. I have no idea how I'm going to incorporate the About Face liquid eyeshadow into this eyeshadow look, but I want to do it because I want to try that. So here is a simple look with this eyeshadow quad from YSL. Zero fallout, as you can see. I like it. I like the mattes a lot. The shimmer's okay, but the matte formulation of this palette is beautiful. Like I said, I want to use this somehow, so I'll try and put it at least on the inner corner of the eye. Hopefully it's not too much. I'm just going to tap it right here and mix it into my shimmer. That looks good, that looks good. And I went in very lightly with a pencil brush because I didn't want it to be overpowering. Most likely not the best use for this About Face eye paint, but I wanted to try it somehow today and this is all I could come up with. And I think it looks cute there. I'm back with mascara on. I didn't put any eyeliner in my waterline and I think I'm going to leave it like that. And as you can see, I do have a lip liner on. This one is the Love Trap lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. And I want to try both new YSL Candy Glaze lipsticks. So I'm going to start with the one that I don't think I'm going to end up wearing, which is number 16, which is the more peachy orangey one. Take a look. See, this one's too warm for this eye color, so that's why I put it on first, just to show you. And then I'll take it off. I love this YSL lip formula. It's just so juicy and perfect. I decided Love Trap is a bit too dark for what I'm going for, so I'm going to use a different lip liner for the other lipstick. This is Wink from Say Beauty. Much better. And then Candy Glaze in number 44. Oh yeah. Take a look. I'm obsessed with this color lipstick. And it combined really nicely with the lip liner. So if you like a pinky nudie lip color, number 44 Candy Glaze from YSL is where it's at. Okay, this is the finished result, the final look. I pretty much told you how I felt about every single product as I went, but I'm going to highlight some products that really impressed me. Besides the Givenchy foundation I tried in yesterday's video, but this one. Cannot wait to mix this with everything in my collection. I'm obsessed with the result this gave me, and I want to try it with so many different foundations. This, I think, is a dry skin girl must-have. Let me just get the YSL lipstick in 44 out of the way because I'm obsessed. This actually worked really nicely, and I like the contoury bronzy situation I have going on right now. Cannot wait to continue using it. I honestly really liked both powders, and while I can barely tell a difference, I feel like the Kosas powder is onto something. I need to further try this one to like fully convince myself, but like I think I really like the end result of this powder. And then while I had zero expectations of these I don't even know if I'm saying the brand right, blushes, I was genuinely impressed by the performance of it, so definitely highly recommend. That's it. I think for now those were the products that impressed me the most and the ones that I would recommend you checking out for now. But then, as always, keep an eye out for the updates video. If you guys like today's video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up if you're interested in any of these products. Please shop for them using the links down below in the description box. Whenever you shop for my links, it helps out my channel. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back in the next one. Bye.